Meteorologist Ted Keller. I've gone on a few storm chases in my lifetime, and some of you might be wondering, well, what do you use? What kind of equipment do you have? What kind of vehicle do you drive? And is there special software or radar that you prefer to look at? The purpose of this video is to answer all those questions. I'll go over each of these. This is a Samsung tablet, and I use this primarily for radar scope, and I'll explain all this software a little bit later. The tripod, nothing fancy, 40 bucks online or Walmart. It does the trick. This is old technology. This is a Samsung, I think it's a Tab 3, but it basically is used to have Google Maps up at all times, which is handy for me. This is, again, a GoPro from, I don't know, 2016, 17. It's a dash cam. I'll show you how that works. This right here is my laptop. I use it to look at the Storm Prediction Center, but I also use it to run GR Level Analyst, which is a Gibson Ridge software product, which is fantastic. This is something I hobbled together out of photo mounts, two of them just put together. That's a combination mount, and I'll show you how that works. This is my fancier Canon M50, and this is kind of a backup old Nikon Coolpix camera that I use just in case one of the other ones fails, or if this one's shooting video, this one I take still images with. Well, here's the license plate for my storm chase vehicle, Ted. Get it? Tornado Ted. That license plate is attached to a Honda Pilot, still dirty from the last chase. Notice it's got some paint issues on the top. You can't see it, but right there it's peeling all over the place. That works out really well for a storm chase vehicle because I'm in hail more than I like. Let's just open the door real quick, and I'll show you this fully equipped in just a bit. There, I'm trying to make the long ride more comfortable. It doesn't always work. And then this looks kind of weird, but it works. That's a board with two L clamps on it. I'll explain that. There's a laptop mount, which works really well. I can put my phone right there. I'll show you the other side. So here's the view from the other side. I've got two USB chargers and whatever I need to plug in. Of course, I have power coming from the inside console there. There's a AC, is already an inverter in the car, which is very handy. And that's just for plugging in various devices. I don't have a power inverter. I used to when I used to chase a while back, but no need for it anymore. All right, so there's the phone I was shooting everything else on, by the way. I use, again, an old technology. I think that's a Note 9 Samsung. Then I have my M50 mounted to this contraption. I'll explain that in a second, and it has a lot to do with this tripod, actually. All right, so check this out. I take these two clamped together photo L brackets. I put my phone on top here. There would even be room for a microphone or a light I can't see using. But if I'm shooting, let's say, with my phone and I want a backup video, let's say I want the quality Canon M50 there and the phone, or let's say I want to switch the phone to a YouTube Live or a Facebook Live, I can do both of these at the same time while holding this, but I can also make use of this bracket right here and attach it to the tripod. I'm not going to do it, but this would be a nice stable option. And if you remember earlier, I have that Nikon Coolpix, so if both of these are operational on a tornado or a storm, I can always grab the other camera and do still shots with it as well. One radar program I use is called Radar Scope. It's 10 bucks a year. It runs on Android or iOS, and I put it on my large Android tablet. It has several really cool features. Very high resolution. You can also press this button and it'll show you where you are, your location relative to the storm. Very convenient in chase situations. You can also split the screen, so you would likely put radar on the top and some sort of rotational parameter on the bottom. Very, very handy program to use. You can loop images as well. Very, very handy. I use it often. The other program I use runs on my laptop, and it's called GR Level Analyst. I think that's the exact title of it, but it's a very, very robust operational radar. You can split that into 4 different screens and look at 4 different parameters if you want to. It also has the capability of tracking where you are. I don't use that on this particular run. But it also has something Gibson Ridge software wrote, something that makes it sort of a shortcut to find rotation. Instead of trying to always think green toward red away when you look at velocity, this does normalize rotation. So it makes it pretty easy to spot where rotation has consolidated, and also puts tornado vortex signature symbols on the screen. Well, that about sums it up. I tweak this setup occasionally. You know, after I go on a chase, I might make a note, make this adjustment, do this. It's all about being able to see where I'm going, see storm structure and see traffic, so I don't want to obstruct my view. And it's all about having a redundancy in my view, having multiple different ways to see the same thing. and it's about, you know, being comfortable in the chase vehicle, because you're often in these vehicles for long periods of time. If you'd like to make a comment, please do. If you want to talk about your particular setup, I'd love to hear about it. See you later.